Have you ever felt like you're trying to move forward, but you just can't shake the feeling that you're looking over your shoulder? That's the past, right? It has this wild way of showing up uninvited and kind of quietly steering the choices we make and even how we feel right now, today. So let's get into it.
Really think about that for a second. You're in a moment, you're having a conversation, or making a decision, and you either react or you just freeze. And then it hits you. Whoa. This isn't about what's happening now. This is about something that happened way back then. It's that moment you realize an old script is still running the show.
You see this at work all the time. A big opportunity comes up, a new project lands on your desk, and you feel yourself pull back. You hesitate. And why? Because your brain immediately pulls up the highlight reel of that one time you messed up. And the memory of that mistake has you second-guessing yourself today.
Or maybe it shows up in a relationship. On the surface, nothing is officially wrong, but you feel it. There's this weird gap, a distance between you and someone you care about that just wasn't there before. And it all traces back to one conversation, maybe something that was said, or even more powerfully, something that wasn't said. And that one unresolved moment is just sitting there, defining the space between you.
And sometimes, the past is even sneakier. It's that little voice inside your head, that inner critic, that pipes up just when things are going well. It's whispering, "Don't get too comfortable. You know this isn't gonna last." It's a voice that's been trained by old disappointments to expect the worst. And the craziest part, it actually thinks it's protecting you.
Well, this feeling, this experience of living with the ghosts of our past choices, it is not a new thing at all. In fact, one of the most raw and honest stories about this comes from the life of an ancient king who had to face the fallout of his actions in the most public, humiliating way you can imagine. So let's connect the dots here. On the left, you see King David's public crisis. This is a complete meltdown. He's literally running for his life from his own son Absalom, getting cursed at in the street. But this nightmare didn't come out of nowhere. If you look at the right side, you see it was the direct result, the consequence, of a terrible decision he made years before. A prophet had even warned him this would happen. So David wasn't just fleeing a political rival, he was fleeing the long shadow of his own past.
And right there, in the middle of the chaos, with his reputation in tatters and his life on the line, David writes this. This one verse from Psalm 3 is the absolute turning point of the whole story. It's this incredible statement of faith, not made from a place of comfort, but right from the eye of the storm.
And what's so important to get here is what he's not doing. This isn't some kind of think positive mantra. David isn't pretending things are okay. He's not ignoring the fact that he's in a massive mess that he himself created. It's the opposite. He looks his reality dead in the eye, and then he makes a choice to declare God's presence right there in the middle of the wreckage. So let's break that down, because this is everything. When David says God is a shield around me, he's not asking to be beamed out of the situation. The consequences are real. They're still happening. The shield isn't there to make the problem go away. It's to surround him inside the problem, to protect his heart and his spirit from being completely crushed by it.
And that leads right into this next part, the lifter of my head. This is so personal. See, history tells us that David was fleeing with his head covered, which was a public symbol of total shame and disgrace. So this isn't just poetry. It's him saying, I believe God will not let my shame have the final word. It's about God restoring his dignity, not by erasing his past, but right in the middle of it.
Okay, so that's a powerful story from thousands of years ago. But let's bring it home. What does this actually look like for us today? How does this idea of God being a shield and a lifter of our heads play out in the quieter, day-to-day consequences we live with?
Well, it looks like that career that kind of stalled after a mistake. It's the friendship that's just never been the same. It's the slow, hard work of rebuilding trust with someone you hurt. It's that daily, unseen fight to unlearn a bad habit, or to finally let go of some old guilt you've been carrying around. These are the places where the promise of a shield makes all the difference. So what can we do? How do we actually apply this? It can start with two really simple steps. First, just name it. Get honest with yourself and pick one area where you can still feel the weight of the past. And then, step two, bring that thing to God. Just as it is. No filtering, no trying to make it sound better. Just bring the honest, unfiltered mess.
And if you're not sure what to say, it can be as simple as this. Lord, you see what I carry. Meet me in it and gently lift my head again. Notice that prayer isn't a demand for the problem to vanish. It's an invitation.
It's just asking God to show up right where you are, to be that shield in the middle of the mess, and to start that gentle process of lifting your head again.
Because here's the bottom line, the thing we really need to hear. You are not defined forever by your past decisions, no matter how big they were. You are so much more than your regrets. You are also what God is still doing, building, healing, and restoring in your life right here, right now.